What's going on, everybody? We're back on another episode of Tell Me. Sorry I didn't get to post a video yesterday. We did actually sweep the slate yesterday, all 5 games. But just going to get right into today's slate. We got a nice action-packed Wednesday, 8 games today. Loving the slates, looking beautiful, looking like another winner tonight. First game up tonight, we got the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. Pistons laying 2.5 at home. I understand why. Pistons already beat the Hornets earlier this season. And the Hornets just got rid of Terry Rozier yesterday. They just traded Terry Rozier for Kyle Lowry yesterday. Terry Rozier on his way to the Heat. So it makes sense. But to expect the Pistons to win laying points with the Pistons is just kind of crazy to me. I'm all over the Hornets plus the 2.5. Just because, they're a better team. It's a revenge spot for them. They are a better team. It's the Pistons. They're the worst team in the league. But, in the Pistons argument, if there is another game for them to get a win this season, it would be tonight against the Hornets. I like the Hornets plus the 2.5, maybe even plus like 4.5, 5.5, just to play it safe. Because if the Pistons do win, I can see them winning by like 2 to 4 points, maybe even less. So it's the Hornets all day for me. Hornets plus the 2.5, plus the 3.5, plus the 5.5, whatever it is. It's kind of crazy that you're going to give a better team points against the worst team in the league. But that's just what I have for that game. Probably not going to bet that game. It's a crap game, shitty-ass game. Not going to bet it. But if I did, I'm going Hornets with the points. I'm going to buy a few more. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Washington Wizards in Washington. And, last couple of games, Washington Timberwolves haven't looked so great. They just fell out of the first place in the Western Conference. Well, they're still technically in first. They're tied for first with the Oklahoma City Thunder Dogs. Karl Anthony Towns dropped 62 last game, and they lost to the Charlotte Hornets. The Wizards are 3-16 at home. Timberwolves are 13-9 on the road. I'm not overthinking this game. The Timberwolves win tonight. Wizards ain't beating the Timberwolves. It's a bounce back game for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves win. Timberwolves money line. I don't know if I'm quick to lay 10.5. Should they cover? Yeah, they should cover. They should beat the shit out of the Wizards. They should blow the doors off of the Wizards tonight. But I haven't really liked what I've seen from the Timberwolves lately. Anthony Edwards was sick last game. That was only 2 days ago, and he only had 9 points. You can tell that he was bothered. He was sick. So I don't know how well he's going to be 2 days later, if he's going to be at 100% tonight. So I don't know if I'm quick to rush to lay 10.5 with the Wolves. Maybe tease it down a little bit. But I'm not betting the Wizards to cover because there is a complete chance that the Wizards could get rolled out tonight. So I guess I lean towards the I guess I lean towards the Timberwolves minus the 10.5. But I'm probably not going to lay 10.5. Like I say, I may cut that to like 6.5. But either way, the Timberwolves win tonight's game. Timberwolves money line or tease the points down a little bit. Or if you're comfortable laying 10.5, go ahead and lay the 10.5 because the Timberwolves do win this game tonight. Next game up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies playing in Miami against the Heat. Heat been on an ice cold streak lately. Lost their last 3 in a row. Looking to get a win tonight at home against the Grizzlies. Grizzlies been playing really good basketball, like I told you guys the other day. Grizzlies been hooping every single day. They've been keeping games close without anybody in their lineup. They actually won their last game in Toronto against Toronto, beat them straight up and killed us because we took Toronto that night. Even though I said Memphis would probably cover, we still ended up going to Toronto. But Memphis has been balling. They're 12-12 on the road right now. They play better on the road, and Miami this season plays better on the road as well. So it's kind of like a spot where the Heat don't play their best at home, and Grizzlies play their best on the road. But in this spot tonight, Miami needs a win. They're looking for a win. They haven't won their last 3 games. Miami's 8-12 against the spread at home, where the Grizzlies are just a better cover team on the road. I believe they are Memphis. Memphis is no, not. Yeah, they're 13-11 on the road, so they're not bad on the road. Pretty good cover team, but it's the Heat money line for me tonight. They just got Terry Rozier. They're going to have that energy tonight. Terry's in Miami. He's probably not going to play tonight. probably going to play tomorrow. Heat on the front end of a back-to-back. They play tomorrow against the Boston Celtics. Terry Rozier's first game is going to be up against the Celtics. It's going to be exciting tomorrow. But tonight, let's just take care of this game first. It's the Heat money line for me tonight. I don't know if I'm going to lay the 9.5 with the Heat. Just because, like I said, Grizzlies have been keeping games close, but Grizzlies have been on a little significant road stretch for a little while now. So maybe the Grizzlies do lay down. Maybe the Heat kind of pick things up again tonight with the trade and Rozier being in Miami now. I don't know if I'm going to lay the points with the Heat. 9.5 is steep. It's essentially a double-digit spread. They'd have to win by 10. Probably tease this down to like 5 or 6, or just roll with the Heat money line straight up. Heat could roll the Grizzlies out tonight. The Heat should beat them by double digits, maybe by like 12, 14. I can see it happening. So maybe if you are comfortable laying the double-digit spread, laying the 10 with the Heat, lay the 10. But either way, I believe the Heat win tonight. Next game up, we got the Portland Trailblazers on a back-to-back, on the back end of a back-to-back tonight, on the road with travel, going to Houston tonight. Short, sweet, simple, quick and easy. I'm going with the Rockets tonight. Rockets, we know that they're one of the best cover teams in the league. Houston is 15-7 against the spread at home. We already know. Portland, they kept that game close last night against OKC. Actually, almost even beat OKC, but OKC ended up getting it done. So, I mean, I guess that's like a spot that you can look forward for the Blazers. Like, hey, they got everybody back in the lineup now. Ayton's back, and Simons and Jeremy Grant. Everybody's in the lineup now. So this is the new Blazers team. They do look like they're starting to get things together a little bit. But on the back end of a back-to-back with travel on the road, it's one of my rules. I don't take teams on the back end of a back-to-back on the road, and especially against one of the best ATS cover teams in the league at home. So it's the Rockets for me tonight. Rockets money line, Rockets minus the 9.5, or you can tease it down a little bit. Either way, Rockets get it done tonight at home. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers playing against the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. We saw this game not too long ago, and Cleveland did get the best of them last game. So tonight they're playing in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, we know they don't cover games, man. Milwaukee, they couldn't even cover the last 2 games against the Pistons. Against the Detroit Pistons, they couldn't even cover. They're just not a good cover team at all. One of the worst cover teams in the league. They're 8-15 against the spread at home. 8-12 on the road. They're 16-27 ATS for the season. Bucks just not a good cover team. And Cleveland, we know that Cleveland plays better at home than they do on the road. Cleveland at home, the money-making team. They're 12-10-1 against the spread at home, 10-7 against the spread on the road. This looks like, to me, Giannis' game time decision says he's probable. He's going to play. Still no Darius Garland and no Evan Mobley for Cleveland. But yeah, we saw this game about maybe like a week ago. About a week ago, we saw this game. They played in Cleveland, and Cleveland blew the doors off in Milwaukee. I think this is a bounce back spot for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. I think it's a revenge game for them. And they just got a new coach. They just got Doc Rivers. They just fired their coach, and Doc Rivers is coming in. So I think, with the coaching change, I think they're going to have some energy in here tonight. And it's a revenge spot, bounce back game at home for them. I do think the Bucks win this game tonight. Bucks money line is my pick. Not laying the 6.5 with the Bucks, not against Donovan Mitchell and them. Bucks don't cover games like that. I'm not expecting them to punch on Donovan Mitchell and them tonight. I do think the Bucks do win the game, though, so I'm rolling with the Bucks money line. Next game up, we got the Phoenix Suns playing in Dallas against the Mavericks. Mavericks getting 1.5 at home. It's interesting to me because the Mavericks hate the Suns. It's like one of their rivals, I guess you can say. They beat the Suns every time they play. Luka Doncic goes crazy every time they play the Suns, and Devin Booker doesn't show up when he plays against Luka Doncic. It's like something about the two of them. It's like Luka is his nemesis, and Luka always gets the best of Booker when they play. And I'm expecting the same thing tonight. Luka is on game time decision. Seth Curry, Dante Exum, and Kyrie Irving are all on game time decision tonight. I believe they're all going to play. Luka's not ducking that Devin Booker smoke. Kyrie's not ducking that KD smoke. So I do think that if Luka and Kyrie both play tonight, I'm rolling with the Mavericks at home. Bounce back game for them. They lost to the Celtics last game at home, which was a close game. And the Celtics are a much better team than the Suns. I think the Mavericks just got the Suns' number. Every time they play, Luka just goes crazy. Can't do nothing with him. It's Dallas or nothing for me here tonight. If Luka and Kyrie play, if they both sit, obviously we're not taking the Mavericks. We're taking the Suns. If just Luka sits, not taking Dallas. I'm taking the Suns. If Kyrie sits and Luka plays, I'm still taking Dallas. So only if Luka Doncic sits out tonight, we will not be taking the Mavericks. But as of now, it looks like he is going to be playing. So we're rolling with the Mavericks plus the 1.5, or might even take the Mavericks money line straight up. I think the Mavericks win this game tonight. If you're not comfortable with it, you could probably buy a few points, maybe Mavericks plus 3.5, plus 4.5, plus 5.5 if you're really feeling it. But either way, I'm rolling with the Mavericks money line tonight as long as Luka Doncic is playing. Next game up, we got the Thunder Dogs playing against the Spurs in San Antonio. The Thunder Dogs are no Thunder Dogs today. They are on the back end of it, back-to-back with travel. They played at home last night against the Blazers and just barely beat them by 2. J-Dub pretty much hit the game winner. Now they got to play San Antonio in San Antonio. And San Antonio, we already know, one of the worst teams in the league. They just let Joel Embiid score 70 on them. So, yeah, I mean, I know that they're on the back end of a back-to-back OKC, but I don't care. They're young, youngest team in the league. They just got way too much for San Antonio. Last time these two teams met, they played in OKC. OKC blew the doors off of them by 23. No, damn, but wow. They beat them by 36. That was in OKC, though, where OKC plays their best basketball. But OKC, to me, they're the second best team in the league right now. They're number 1 in the West. And they've been balling, man. They've been a money-making team all year. They're 12-8 against the spread on the road, 16-6 at home. They're 28-14 against the spread, period. It's the Thunder or nothing for me tonight. Thunder money line, Thunder cover the spread, whatever you want to do. It's the Thunder tonight. Last game of the night, we got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Golden State Warriors in Golden State. Warriors' first game back after the tragic news with their assistant coach. And the Hawks have actually been playing pretty good lately. I mean, they're on a road stretch right now. They played in Sacramento a couple of days ago. They lost to Sacramento by 15. Now they got to travel to Golden State. Not that far of a commute. They've had a day rest. And this is the Warriors' first game back. This game I'm not touching tonight. I'm not betting this game, staying far away from it. Because I see this as a game where the Warriors can come in here and be like, hey, man, we just went through something crazy. It's time we stick together and we get a win. Let's start hooping the way the Warriors coach is supposed to be. Or it could be, hey, we haven't played in a while. We've been dealing with some stuff, and they come out and just drop the ball. Because the Hawks have been looking pretty good lately. And, you know, we love to fade the Hawks every chance that we can get. They're the worst cover team in the league. They suck against the spread. But in this game tonight, I lean towards the Warriors money line, or maybe even the Hawks plus the 7.5. And I know that the Hawks aren't a good cover team, but this game to me is a coin toss game just because the Warriors haven't played basketball in like a week. So I don't know if they're just going to be like getting back into things, if it's going to take them a couple of games to get back in the swing of things, or if they just come out tonight like, we're going to do this for our coach, and they come out here and fucking roll the Hawks out tonight. So I don't have a really good read on this game. Not going to bet this game. Don't like this game. So, but if I had to lean, I say Warriors money line at home or the Hawks plus a 7.5. But that's what I got for you guys today. 8 games. Let's keep the ball rolling today. Hopefully we'll win some money. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow on X. Pay attention to the comments for any updates. And don't forget to tell me. Don't fail me. Tell me if you want. Let's win some money tonight.